to bring it on two windows. So yeah, let's draw this. Just a moment. I did not write my unit over here. Alcohol concentration up in gram per dm cube. Okay, I think you understand it. Now on the time scale, look at the table. দেখতে পারতেছো যে 0 থেকে 25 পর্যন্ত আমাদের ডেটা দেওয়া আছে. Okay, so we have to put at least 0 to 25, and I would say try to use most of this grid. Okay, try to use most of it, like at least more than 50% of this grid that is given to you. Otherwise I'm sure the examiners won't be happy. Okay, so on the time axis I'm going to put obviously the scale, exactly that. Okay, now on the alcohol axis I'm going to be marking it first. So we have 0 and then all the way to 7.8. So we need to actually have 8 in our scale. We need to include that. So I think I'm going to be doing like this, simply, and finally 10. Yeah, you can do it in a different way if you want. For example, you could do it yeah, in multiple ways actually, but I think this is the safe one. Now let's just put all the points. This is 0, by the way. And then for 5 we have 3.7, so 3 is over here. 3 point, I think 2, 4, 6, 7 is somewhere there. Okay, and then we have 5.6 in 10 hours. 5.6, 2, 4, 6 there. Okay, for 15 we have 6.8, 6.8, right there. Okay, then for 20 we have 7.5, 7, 2, 4, 5 right there. Okay, for 25 we have 7.8, right there. Okay, now we have to construct our line graph. It's going to be a smooth curve, so let's try. There, I think I tried my best. That's okay. Now use your graph to find the concentration of alcohol after 12 hours. Okay, just going to make it. Okay, now 12 hours, as you can see, I think this one right here is 12.5. Is it? Yeah, that is 12.5. So my 12 is somewhere here, I think. Okay, it's going to be an approximation. It's completely fine. Okay, yeah, it is going to be somewhere there. So I'm just gonna take this one and going up, and then trying to okay, there. Now that seems more like 6.1 to me. Okay, so that is going to be 6.1, and do not ever forget your unit. That is going to be gram per dm cube. Okay, All right. Now let's move on to the next one. Done. Done as well. Okay, next page. Okay, so they asked us, figure 2.1 shows leaves from 4 different trees. So we have horse chestnut, laurel, hornbeam, and oak. Okay, there's no question here. Now, in the space below, make a large drawing of the horse chestnut leaf. You do not need to label your drawing. Okay, এখন the horse chestnut leaf is this one. Okay, now this is a question of line drawing. Now, in such drawings, you just need to point out some specific things. For example, I can see that the leaves are kind of like lobe shaped, and the points are, you know, a tipgulo sharp. So a sharp tipta amake dekhaite hobe. Okay. And as you can see, these 2 leaves are quite small and this one is quite large. Okay. Obviously, the stem goes in the middle and then there are veins. Another very important thing is when you draw leaves, you have to look at the edge. And as you can see, this is not so smooth. It's quite, in biology, we actually call it serrated. Okay, that means, you know, sharp, you know, like a saw, this kind of edge. Okay, so you have to actually notice that in case of leaves. Okay. Yeah, so in the next page I'm gonna draw this. Let's do it together. Okay, so what I saw was that the top one was quite big, and then the next was medium. There was a small one right here. There was another small one right here, and then the middle one right there. Okay, maybe this just undo. Okay, let's draw it a bit like that. Okay, now, like I mentioned, you should show that they're quite serrated, so something like that. I know it looks a bit weird, but I'm just I'm going to clean it. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now the stem goes like that in the middle. There was a stem right here. Okay, I'm sure you can draw a better drawing, but I'm just showing you. And yeah, you can draw this like that, like that. It doesn't have to be very exact, but that looks okay to me. Now, first of all, I did a lot of overdrawing. Don't do that. I know it's It's a mistake from my part, but make sure you don't do it. Just try to draw it in one go, okay? Like that. Don't try to just overdo it like this. Don't. I know mine looks like that, but learn from my mistake. Don't do it, okay? Now you don't have to name anything, you don't have to label anything like the question says, so I think that's good enough. Okay, now moving on to the next question. There are several differences between these leaves which can be used to identify each leaf. Complete table 2.1 by describing the overall shape and the edge, which is the margin of the laurel leaf and the oak leaf. Okay, so we have to look at laurel and oak, and we have to name the shape and the edge. Edge is basically this border, okay. Now let's look at it. What is the shape and edge of my laurel and oak? So this one and this one, as you can see, the shape, to me it looks very oval. You can call it, I don't know, long or elongated maybe. I think all of them are correct. I would rather stick to oval. Okay, and then for this one, this looks very irregular to me. You can call it not uniform, or maybe lobe shaped, but lobe shaped is more like this one, so I would not suggest writing that because it's not exactly like lobes. But yeah, just stick to the easier ones. Like, it looks very irregular to me, like, yeah, it doesn't have a definite shape, so just try to say it's not uniform but simply irregular. Okay, what about the edge? So for example, this one, like I drew over here, it has quite a rough edge. We call it serrated. This one also has serrated edge, but these clearly has very smooth edge. Okay, this one has a smooth edge as well. So we're done identifying them. Let's write it. So for edge, both were smooth. For shape, laurel was oval, oak was irregular. Okay, done. Moving on. Okay, now the actual width, maximum width of the laurel leaf is 40 millimeters. Measure and record the maximum width of this leaf in figure 2.1. Draw a line on figure 2.1 to show where you have taken this measurement. So you have to draw a line. Let's go back to figure 2.1. So here, this is our laurel leaf, and you actually have to, I'm gonna identify this is our laurel leaf, and we have to identify the width. We actually have to find the width. So width আমরা কোথা থেকে নিব? We have to take it from the fattest part actually to get our maximum width. Maximum width আমার সবচেয়ে মোটা জায়গাতে হবে। আমি দেখতে পারতেছি এটা এইখানে। Okay, here. Now এখানে একটা স্কেল বসানো হবে। আমি আমার স্ক্রিনে স্কেল বসায় রুলার দিয়ে মাপবো যে কত, and you guys can do it on your paper on your examination day. It's quite normal. Just place your ruler on the picture and see koto ashe. Okay, you can, I don't know, we usually use a millimeter, so millimeter e ber kora easy, ber kora bhalo. Centimeter or millimeter works, no problem. You can interchange them. আমি স্ক্রিনে বসে আমার কাছে আসছে 1.8 centimeters, that is 18 millimeters. So let's go back. Okay, so we have this in millimeters, so let's write down this one in millimeters as well. Okay, now sorry for the color. Calculate the magnification of the laurel leaf in figure 2.1. So now we have to calculate the magnification. What is the equation of magnification? That is basically drawing divided by real. That's the easiest to remember. So drawing, I don't know anything, length or area or anything, so I'm going to call it drawing size divided by real size. So drawing size is 18 millimeters in our case, real is 40 millimeters, and that gives us 0.45. So magnification are always at the multiplication sign boshe. So that's it, that's the answer. Okay, next question. Woohoo, our last question. Okay, an investigation was carried out to study the effect of physical activity on breathing. The breathing rate, which is the number of breaths per minute of a student, was measured at rest. The student then cycled at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour for 2 minutes, and their breathing rate was measured immediately after. They then rested for 5 minutes before cycling at 15 kilometers per hour for 2 minutes. Their breathing rate was measured again. This investigation was repeated for cycling speeds of 20 kilometers per hour and 25 kilometers per hour. Okay, we can see this in the table. Now using the information in table 3.1, state the general relationship between cycling speed and breathing rate. Okay, as you can see, as this increases as well. So we have 1 point, and if you write that, it's enough. Okay, so as the cycling speed increases, the breathing rate increases as well. Okay, so just an explanation for this relationship. Obviously, if your cycling speed increases, that means you need more energy, you're breathing faster to get more oxygen, right? And to release more carbon dioxide. That's it. So as the cycling speed increases, needs more energy, and so you breathe faster to get more oxygen and release carbon dioxide, right? That's it. That's more than enough. All right, done. Last question, I think, last page. The volume of air breathed in and out by the student also changed during this investigation, as shown in table 3.2. So here you can see the volume of air breathed in and out in each breath. The minute volume, which is this one, is found by multiplying the volume of air breathed in and out in each breath by the breathing rate, which is in the previous table, the breathing rate. Using the information in table 3.1 and table 3.2, calculate the minute volume after cycling at 25 kilometers per hour. Okay, so the minute volume would be they said the volume of air breathed in and out at 25 kilometers per hour is this one. So 3,000 multiplied by, if you go back to the previous table, let's do that. You can see for 25 kilometers per hour we have 27. That is the breathing rate, and that is the number of breaths per minute. So 27. I'm just going to use the units as well. This is just, oh, sorry. Why did I even put a slash? This is centimeter cube times 27. That is the, I think, breaths per minute. That is 81,000. As you can see, it's centimeter cube. So, okay, that is the minute volume. Okay, done. Yes, done. Hopefully. Well, I'm going to upload 2 question papers. I want them solved by this week as well. Well, see you later then. Goodbye.